Time to go home, little bunny. Little Bunny was a brave young rabbit, but there was one thing he was scared of: the dark. His father told him not to be silly. "There's nothing to be frightened of, little one," he said. But Bunny's mother advised him to stay close to the warren at night, just in case. "Some say there are ghosts and monsters lurking in the dark woods," she told him, and her nose twitched nervously. One day, little Bunny was out playing with his friend Dusty the squirrel. They scampered all over the forest, playing hide and seek until Dusty's mother called him inside to bed. Little Bunny set off for home, but night was falling fast and the woods looked strange and shadowy. In the gloom he didn't recognize anything, and he hopped this way and that, uncertain where to go. He was lost. Just then he heard the snap of a twig behind him. Was it a monster? His little heart began to race, and he turned around slowly. Through the darkness he could just make out a figure coming towards him. Then he sighed with relief, for it was only Freddie, a little fox cub. "Boo!" said Freddie Fox, chuckling, until he saw Bunny's quivering little face. "What's wrong?" he asked. "I'm lost," said Bunny, his lip trembling, "and I'm scared of the dark." "Why, there's nothing to be scared of," said Freddie. "The dark isn't frightening, it's very useful. Don't you get hot when you make your burrow in the daytime? I much prefer burrowing in the dark. It's so much cooler. Look, you can help me if you like." And Freddie began scrabbling in the earth, throwing up mound after mound of rich, fresh soil. Being a rabbit, little Bunny loved to burrow, so together they made Freddie a cosy new home. They were just finishing when a gang of giggling dormice scuttled into the clearing. "Got you, got you," squeaked one dormouse as he tagged another, before scrambling up into some nearby branches. The other dormice dashed to hide behind Freddie Fox's fluffy tail. "Shouldn't you be at home, safe in your nest?" asked Bunny, as they scampered around him. "Aren't you afraid of the dark?" "Afraid?" replied the dormice. "Of course not. We only come out when it's dark. It's so fun and exciting, just perfect for playing games." "Well," thought Bunny to himself, "if the little dormice aren't scared, then surely I don't have anything to be afraid of. Maybe the dark isn't so bad after all." And all night long he played with his new friends in the moonlight. The next morning Bunny set off towards home, but he hadn't got far when he saw Daisy Deer racing towards him. "I'll show you a new game," she said, butting him playfully. So the friends spent the day bounding around having fun. But as twilight came, Daisy began to get nervous. "Don't you think it's time to go back?" she asked. "It's getting dark." "Ha!" said Bunny, tilting his head proudly. "I'm not afraid of the dark any more." "Well," replied Daisy anxiously, "I think I might go home." And off she went, trotting into the gloom. Night drew on, and the woods became full of strange noises. Suddenly there was a terrifying screech. A ghost, surely! Bunny's fur stood on end, but it wasn't a ghost. It was Olive Owl. "Oh, Olive, you frightened me," gasped little Bunny in relief. "Bunny," said Olive, "what are you doing out here on your own in the dark?" "Oh, I'm not frightened of the dark any more," replied Bunny cheerfully. "Freddie Fox showed me how useful the dark is, and the dormice showed me how much fun it can be." Then Bunny's face fell. "So I'm not scared? Well, not really. but I would like to go home now." "Poor Bunny," said Olive. "For lots of creatures the dark is very useful and exciting, but little rabbits should not be out in it alone. Your parents must be so worried. Follow me. I'll show you the way back. It's time to go home, little bunny." So Olive Owl swooped through the trees, perching on a branch every now and then to check that Bunny was hopping along behind her. After a while they arrived back at the warren, and Bunny's mother and father were overjoyed to see him. As he curled up with his parents, little Bunny realized that Olive Owl was right. It was much nicer being safe and warm at home than being lost in the dark woods. From that day on, he loved to play all day in the meadow with his friends, but when night fell, he always made sure that he was snuggled up safe in his cosy burrow with his family. And little Bunny realized that there is one more thing that's good about the dark. It's just perfect for going to sleep in.